Hi and welcome to season 2 of Mwalimu Kipepea. I am so glad to have you back as my loyal listeners. And for the newcomers, welcome to the weekly experience of Mwalimu Kipepea. My name is Sally Nyambura and you will not regret joining us. Happy 2022 to you all. I wish you a prosperous and successful year full of God's blessings. We start our year with a little financial advice on travel. Yes, it's never too early to plan for Christmas or the annual family vacation. So let's pack those bags ready to explore the world on a budget. Well, I know most of you have just returned from a holiday with either family or friends or a vacation over the Christmas and New Year's season. And travel is probably the last thing on your mind right now because of lack of finances. But today, I'm here to help you solve some of those problems so that you don't feel like your wallet or your bank account has been dented the next time you go on holiday. With me today is my eldest cousin on my paternal side. Her name is Sally Gashunji, better known as Sally G. She is a travel enthusiast and a professional journalist based in the USA. I am so excited to have her on my podcast as she is one of the people I used to look up to growing up. I believe she is experienced and knowledgeable on this topic, and she will cover most of what is required for you all to get the knowledge. Hi, Sal. Karibu sana, and thank you for making time for us. Please tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Jasmine. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. My name is Sally Gachunji. I am a travel blogger based in Atlanta, Georgia. I am quite the adventurous soul. I find the most joy and fulfillment exploring, be it my own backyard or lands far away. I've been to about 40 countries to date, most of which I have done solo. I got bit by the travel bug many years ago, and there was really no stopping me. Setting out to a new destination excites me to no end. I truly can't seem to stay put. I enjoy meeting people, learning a new culture, enjoying their food, getting off the beaten path, and even at times getting lost, believe it or not, has just enriched me in ways I never thought possible. I specialize particularly in luxury travel on a budget because I believe you can enjoy some of the most luxurious parks without necessarily having to break the bank. So that's what I like to teach for the most part. And we can discuss that later in the show.
Oh, great. So, just let us know what inspired you to be the world traveler that you are today.
My inspiration for travel started at a very early age. I had endless curiosity as a kid. I was highly inspired by the books that I read and most TV shows and movies that I watched. Books, television, movies took me outside of my small hometown. I was able to dream about being in those far off, beautiful places without leaving home. There were no limits to my imagination. I would daydream about traveling quite often, and I could not wait to get older so I could be able to get the chance to do that. My dad also inspired my interest in travel. We often did road trips in Kenya to visit family members in other towns. And I remember both he and I would be the most excited out of all the family members about being on the road.
What are the components of a budget trip according to you?
A budget trip for me is one that I don't have to spend the full amount, yet get to enjoy the same parks as someone who paid full price. So for me, research is definitely key. Knowledge on where and how to find the deal is equally as important.
What is the greatest advice you would give our listeners when it comes to planning for trips and vacations this year?
This may come as a surprise to you, but believe it or not, I truly feel that if a trip can wait, let it wait. And I'm specifically referring to international travel because COVID 19 is here. It doesn't seem to be slowing down. In fact, we have new variants popping up every single day. And travel restrictions, especially on international travel, are constantly changing and becoming more challenging by the day. So, my advice is to take this virus seriously, follow the protocols. Again, if the trip can wait, do let it wait. But if you must satisfy your urge to travel, like I know I need to every once in a while, I do advise you to check out your own backyard. You will be surprised at how many amazing places exist in our own towns, cities, or country if you take the time to look and appreciate them. I gotta tell you, international travel at the moment is not for the faint of heart. There's just so much going on. They keep changing the regulations every single day. The requirements keep changing. The testing, timing keeps changing. So again, check out your own backyard. We have beautiful places right amongst us if we look hard enough. Another great thing to consider is taking a road trip. Because with a road trip, you can control your environment. You know, you can socially distance, you can make sure that you're keeping clean so that we can keep, this virus under control and you know that you're safe as well. So, hit the road. It's such a great way to check out the country because you get to explore the countryside and you can make any stops that you wish to. You can also say maybe travel to a neighboring country that may not actually require you to get a visa because that also comes with its own set of challenges, especially in this day and age. So check out any place that doesn't quite require that much work to prepare to go. That way you're still able to enjoy travels and less stress.
Okay, so we've made plans, we know where we want to go. So, how do we start saving for those trips that we probably want to have maybe for Valentine's Day, for our birthdays, for Christmas? How do we start saving?
There's a huge misconception that travel is expensive. Travel is very much within anyone's reach, including someone who's just thinking about starting out. So here's my advice on how you can start saving for travel today. My first advice is you have to be financially responsible. You have to be able to track your budget ruthlessly. Just like you are able to budget for your regular bills, I always suggest that you add an extra line for travel. So you can save a little extra money whenever you can and put that into that travel piggy bank, if you will. Trust me, a little bit always adds up. So don't ever underestimate the practice of just putting a little bit of money away to be able to have some money to travel when you'd like to. When you do budget ruthlessly and start tracking your expenses, you're going to find that there are some expenses that are so unnecessary that you can cut out. So you can always direct those funds towards your travel piggy bank. Another piece of advice is to buy less stuff. Stop buying too many things. Again, we end up spending money on unnecessary things. So stop buying less stuff so you have a little extra money for travel. If you have extra items in your house sitting around that you're not using, there's probably someone out there who could use that. If it's in great condition, that is. So consider selling some items that you may have, and that will give you access to some extra funds that you could use. You can also consider travel during the off season. It's usually a lot cheaper because there's less demand for it. And if you live in an area where the weather is relatively great throughout the year, that will be the best thing because there are moments when there's a influx in travel and sometimes a little slower. You still get to travel in the lower season, pay a lot less, and get the same experience. So that's a great way to consider stretching those travel funds once you've made that savings.
Where is that one destination that you have not visited and would love to visit someday?
Oh, wow. Like, where do I even begin with that? It's very hard to narrow it down for me to just one because I want to visit as many countries as I can before I leave this earth. I definitely want to visit over 100 countries. But what I can say is at the top of my list is New Zealand. It's been up there for quite some time. I enjoy nature during my travels. It's actually one of the main reasons that I travel. And New Zealand definitely has an abundance of it. So I cannot wait to one day be able to go to New Zealand and explore the country. I know they've been on lockdown, well, from foreigners for almost 2 years now. So that's going to happen hopefully in the near future when we can get this COVID-19 under control and they can open up borders everywhere so we can all explore.
Guys, I forgot to let you know that my cousin has written books and they're available online. But let her tell us more about that. So, Sal, please tell us, where can one find you and your resources so that they can get more of this valuable advice?
I share my travel experiences, tips, and tricks on my website, which is sallygworld.com. That is Sally, which is Sally, G for my last name, Gachunji, world as in worldtravel.com. Again, that is sallygworld.com. I have some great resources on there. There is a tab for resources that you can check out. There is also a free ebook that's available for download. This is on luxury travel on a budget. I've also written the ultimate guide to solo travel. It's also available on the website. On social media, you can find me at Miss Sally NG, and that is Miss MS Sally Sally, N for my middle name Nyambura, and last name G. Again, that is at Miss Sally NG across social media platforms. Hit me up and let me know what's up. I do respond to DMs and I'm happy to answer any travel related questions and help you get out of that rut and reduce the overwhelm of planning because I do plan travels for people. Thank you so much for having me.
Finally, give us your parting shot.
Life is short, guys, and the world is wide. Live, love, laugh, and travel. Traveling will enrich your life in more ways than one. It will restore your faith in humanity as it has done for me. Happy travels, everyone.
On 8th January 2004, Queen Elizabeth II christened what was then the largest ocean liner ever built as Queen Mary II. It is known as the most sophisticated ocean liner ever to set sail, 3 times the size of the Titanic. It has a capacity of 2,600 passengers whose travel experience is like no other. Now you know. And that is how we close our first episode of the season and of the year 2022. Thank you for joining us today and for making us your podcast of choice. I was delighted to host you. My name is Jasmine Ombwe. Have a blessed week ahead. Bye-bye.